Hi, you're welcome once again to Sonia's panel. I know it's been a while, yes, I know that, but thankfully we are back again with full vim. This time around, we are not going away anytime soon. In fact, there is no going away. As you know, we've always had educative, informative, and entertaining discussions always in our panel. Today, we want to talk about a very interesting topic. Before I introduce today's topic for discussion, let me introduce my guests to you. As you can see, I have two gentlemen over here. On my right, I have Mr. Michael, and on my left, I have Mr. Christian. Michael, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Christian, you are welcome. Thank you. Today, we want to talk about a very interesting topic, as I've mentioned already. Simply put, can a lady ask a guy out? Yes, that's the discussion we'll be having today. I want to hear from the perspective of my gentlemen whether a lady can ask a guy out. So let's roll right into it. Now, Mike, let me start with you. I've asked the question already. What do you think about it? Can a lady ask a guy out?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, because I think if a lady likes a guy, then you should be able to be bold and confident to ask that guy out.
Well, it's okay. Let me ask Chris what he also thinks before I come back to you with the answer you gave me. Can a lady ask a guy out, or should a lady ask you out if she's interested in you?
What men can do, women can do better.
Seriously? That's all. Okay. Mike, you mentioned that if a lady is interested in a guy, she should go on and ask the guy out.
Yes.
But you know, in the part of the world we find ourselves, it is the same lady that will be considered cheap, quote and unquote, by some guys that she came forward to ask her guy out. What about that too?
Okay, so if a lady asks a guy out, let me put myself
Okay.
in
the guy's shoes.
in the guy's shoe. Okay, so if the lady comes to ask me out, I wouldn't consider the lady cheap.
Okay.
Rather, I'll consider the lady as a confident
Person. Okay.
And also she knows what she wants. Yes, but in doing that, I will also advise that she should be ready for any response.
Exactly. She should be ready for any response
because if I like her back, yes, I will know that, okay, I can tell her that, okay, I also like her.
Okay.
And there are cases whereby I might not like her. So if I tell her that I don't like her, shouldn't be angry and then be like, oh, you are no longer my friend.
That might even kill her dream, I guess.
Oh no, but if you like me, you should be confident. Just take a step. Tell me that you like me. Who knows? Maybe I also like you. Maybe because I'm shy, I'm not able to tell you that I also like you. So once you tell me, I'll just agree and then.
Alright. Chris, what do you think about what Michael has said so far?
Yeah, I think I agree with him in the sense that the lady coming forward to approach with a guy must have done some background work. It's not just a one day event that people like, oh, I've met this guy, so I think it's good going out with. No, maybe they have done an investigation. They're saying that this is a marriage material. And then
the guy is a marriage material.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 years.
3 years.
That's small. Okay.
So there's nothing wrong with that. But I must add that she should be mindful of the fact that there are some guys out there who are very opportunistic. You go, they don't actually like you, but then
They will take
they will take
advantage of
advantage
that.
of you, and that wouldn't be what you're expecting.
Okay.
That would be very bad for both the guy and then the lady.
All right.
So that's what I want to add.
Okay. Okay. So this question I'm throwing it to the two of you. Whosoever is comfortable should pick it up and answer me first. I mentioned earlier that we are in a part of the world where these things don't happen frequently. We are not in the Western world. For a lady to just tell a guy that, oh, I like you, I would want us to go out, maybe on some few dates, to the extent that it will even lead to marriage and all of that. Today's generation might find it cool, but the older folks, our parents, I doubt, will not buy into that idea. So if, let's take it that I go to approach a guy, or I tell my mom that I'm interested in this guy, and I would like to open up to him, tell him how I feel about him. My mom will not take it cool with me. She will say, you don't have to do that, you are the lady, it is the guy who is supposed to come and like blah blah blah. They will not agree with you. So how can we convince our older folks, or what are some of the things you think we can do for them to not buy the idea totally, but kind of adjust to this and not find it weird? Please give
Well,
us.
some
Okay.
issues, yeah.
Okay.
I think that it's going to be difficult though. Just as you mentioned, for our generation, we will understand.
Yeah.
But wonderful. Now, here is the case. Should you always want to listen to your parents concerning, approaching a guy? Then you end up attending all night, fasting, and then all kind of prayer services.
Imagine.
Pray that God, please, I need a partner. And then only God knows how long that would take. Meanwhile, it was just before you could have taken, but then you delayed because of the parents' advice. So it's very difficult to actually convince your parents.
Okay.
But then you still have to give it a try. Especially let them understand or get to know who you want to go out with.
Okay.
Perhaps that would be.
That might also change their perception a bit. Okay. All right, Mike, what do you have to say about that?
Okay, so like Christian mentioned, our cultural norms have evolved.
Yeah.
So many things have changed as compared to that of our parents.
Yes.
So what you can do is, as you like the guy, you bring the guy home, or maybe talk to your parents more about the guy.
Okay.
Tell your parents why you think you like the guy. I think when you're able to convince your parents about this, it should be easy for you.
It's not that easy. It's not that easy. Like, okay, so you said you should talk to your parents about the guy, what you like about him, and point out the very necessary keys to your parents, and see if they will be able to agree with you a bit. Yes. But should you do that first before approaching the guy, or vice versa?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So what if you also notice that it depends on the relation between you and your parents.
Okay.
If you have a good relationship with your parents, I think communicating to them will be very easy.
Okay.
And so you should be able to do that before approaching the guy.
What if you tell your parents first and you go and the guy bounce you? What then? Don't you think you come back to your parents and tell them, and your mom will be like, oh, I told you, you're not supposed to do this. He's supposed to like.
No, it's not that way. So as I mentioned earlier on, if you have a good parent, you go to the guy bounces you, come to your parent, tell the parent that, oh mom, this is what happened. The mom will advise you, don't worry, this is not the end of the world. There are better ones out there. Yes,
Okay.
there are better ones out there, and we'll try to encourage you so that you don't feel like ashamed or
Okay.
what you've done.
I also think that it's the same way when our parents try to also force us to marry
Someone
someone
you
that
don't
we want.
You
like.
don't.
Yes.
Yes.
So the
Okay.
same way they try to convince us, the same way we also try to convince them in this instance.
Okay. Talking about parents trying to convince you to marry someone you don't like. That's a whole topic on its own. We'll
Yes.
come back another day for that. But let's continue with today's topic for discussion. Um, Let me give you this scenario. A lady and a guy have been friends for long, like more than 10 years. They've been friends for more than 10 years. And the guy realized that, not the guy, the lady realizes that she likes the guy. But on the guy's side, she can't tell. But they are very good friends, like very close friends. And from the lady's perspective, nothing should be able to prevent the two of them from going out. So the lady made that bold step. She made that bold step and spoke to the guy first.
Okay.
And the guy said, wow, I also felt the same thing, but I was afraid if I should talk to you and you reject me or you bounce me, our friendship will also go down the drain. So in this case, the guy was prioritizing their friendship because the friendship was so important to him and he didn't want to lose that for anything. The rest is history. So what about situations like that? What advice will you give our peers out there based on what I just said? Because some are afraid to lose friendships, although they know that possibly it can happen. But then, for the fact that they don't want to lose that friendship, they would rather be mute about it. Yeah, Chris, you go first.
So I experienced that some time ago.
Experience is the best, so teacher.
No, when I said experience, doesn't mean that I was in the guy's shoe or the lady's shoe.
Okay, alright.
So, and I'll call her a school sister.
Okay,
Yeah.
school sister in school.
She had a steady weight.
Okay.
And then during their prep studies, the guy kind of approached the lady. Let's go out. And by the time the guy finished the sentence, that was the end of the prep studies. And they never. Yeah. Their studies together came to an end.
Oh.
So she came telling me that small boy,
Hey.
that is speaking, I think say, if you do something. So that's why. So I understand the guy in this scenario.
Okay.
So he's trying to prioritize the friendship over any other thing. But then I felt like nothing should prevent you if you actually have things like this guy. Yeah, you should not hesitate in approaching. When you are going, go with 3 expectations.
3?
Yeah.
Okay, let's know the 3 expectations you should go with.
It could be yes. It could be no. It could be neutral.
Neutral in what sense?
Or is that the guy also try to consider your feelings and then if I should give her an outright response, she will commit suicide. So let me just relax about it and then maybe give a response later. Yeah.
Okay.
But then these are the 3 outcomes. Just like football game. Win, lose, or draw.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you have to have these 3 outcomes in mind before you go.
Then you go full game and then whatever the result, you accept in good faith.
Okay, so if I understand you, you are telling us that it is worth the risk.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, Mike.
There's no harm in trying.
There's no harm in trying.
Yes. So if you feel
Mm-hmm.
genuinely feel that you like the guy, take a bold step.
You go all out for it.
Yes. But I just know that, as Christian said,
Anything can happen.
anything can happen. It can be yes, it can be no, or decide not to give you a response
Oh, okay.
to prevent you from committing
Yeah.
suicide.
Hey, suicide ban. Can it go to that extent?
Yeah, again.
Yes, it can.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And yeah, the feeling was deep.
They actually make that step after they waited for some time, making any initiative. That is when they come out. And then to turn them down is difficult to
The
take.
emotional trauma, ups and downs, and all of that. So that's fine. Okay. It can lead to suicide, but we pray it doesn't lead to suicide. It's been interactive and educative so far. But then it's unfortunate that we don't have much time on our side. So I think we'd have to come with another episode or another part of this. So before we go, let me take your final words. Please, that's the camera. Talk to your peers out there. Advise them on what to do, especially the ladies, because we are talking about ladies over here. It's like you guys are in a comfortable lead. You are always the ones who approach first, but we are looking at it from the other side. So talk to the ladies, advise them. Yeah, Michael, let's go with you.
Okay, so to the ladies. Yeah, this one goes to you.
Yeah, okay, we are
I
listening.
believe that if you strongly or genuinely like somebody or love that person, you should go all out, express your feeling, tell the person that this is what I feel about you.
Okay.
She hold nothing back. It can go well or not, but I wish you well as you grow.
Alright, now Chris, let's hear from you too.
Alright, yeah, ladies. We find ourselves in a society whereby it is said that, or it's expected that men always give out. But then, it is in our time that we need to stay in the status quo, whereby we also go out and give. So, should you find somebody you genuinely have something for, kindly go closer. But make sure that you do your mathematics very well, so that it can be well equated, and your chemistry very well, so that it can be well chemically balanced.
Hey.
So that you will not come out regretting. I wish you thank you very much.
Alright. They are both wishing you ladies out there very well. So it's worth the risk. It's worth the risk. As you've heard from them that it's worth the risk. So you should take it, be bold and take that risk. You may never know. He might also be interested in you. And it will end up happily ever after. If he's not interested in you too, it's worth the risk. At least he knows that, or you within yourself will be satisfied and fulfilled that you tried to take the step before it didn't work out. It's better than living with the regret of not ever mentioning it to him at all. Then later when you get married to someone else, he will tell you that, oh, now you girl, I was interested in you. Then Akoya Bibisa. Yeah, so on this note, we would end here and see you some other time. Thank you, Mike, for coming. Thank you, Chris, for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, see ya. Okay.